Hello, everyone. We're 8 days into practice. Seeing a lot of really good things out there. We still have a lot of work to do. What I really like is being around this team. This is a great group of guys. I think the best leadership we've had, the best overall attitude we've had. Today kind of highlighted it to me because we have scrimmage tomorrow. The kids all know it, and sometimes the practice right before that isn't always the best. Didn't have to coach effort or intensity or desire at all today. This is a hungry team, and seeing a lot of really good things. So it's been a fun few days. We got a schedule where the kids are trying to keep the kids as fresh as we can keep them, and I think they've responded to that. So we just got to go upward and onward from here.
How do you feel the offensive blend has been going, week and a half into camp?
It's going well. Whip's in control. He's running it. I think it was important that the kids become familiar with all the stuff that he wants to do. There's elements of it that we've done. I think we'll add wrinkles and things that we've done. But trying to get overly involved every day probably wasn't the right strategy. So I'll help, and I think we'll end up with a good blend. But to this point, it's been fun to watch his offense kind of evolve and bloom. And the assistant coaches on offense are doing a great job too. So it's been fun to be able to sit back and have a little more of a mile-high view of it all.
Is that a shift for you thought about during the summer? Is that much of a change for you?
No, it's going the way I think everybody expected it. If you run any scheme, offensively or defensively, if you run it well and you have good players, you can be good. And having somebody with the experience that these assistant coaches have and the experience Whip has in here brings a lot of ideas and a lot of experience to the table. We just got to keep working to make sure we land in a good place.
Can you talk about the leadership and being exceptional? What does that look like? What are guys doing to make you say?
Our leaders right now are the tough, hard-working guys, and that's what you want. The guys that are working the hardest are the best players, and they're our leaders, and so everybody's got to follow that. They're also the tough guys, and they're setting the standard that everybody else has to follow. So it's fun to see when things are happening out there that aren't up to those guys' standards. Other people hear about it, and a lot of stuff's getting handled by the team that coaches used to have to handle.
Is Devin Drew made it to campus yet?
He should be here soon.
What have you seen from Casey, just his growth since the spring, Casey Thompson?
Yeah, Casey had an off-season procedure done on his thumb. I got to tell you, his play has really risen since spring, and I think that had something to do with it. We got a lot of quarterbacks playing well right now, but I've been really pleased with what I've seen from Casey, and we'll let him keep working. And right now, it's his job to lose.
Where have you seen him improve since the procedure? Casey?
I just think he has a little more confidence more than anything, but probably a little more zip on the ball and just a little bit of grip on the football, frankly.
What are you looking for in tomorrow's scrimmage in terms of special teams stuff?
Yeah, we've kind of changed. We don't have, when we scrimmage, on scrimmage days, we don't do live special teams. We get so many days of live hitting and tackling to the ground during camp. It's tough to ask of the guys to do full-speed special teams and full-speed scrimmage. So we'll do offensive and defensive scrimmage and just drill special teams tomorrow, and then we'll get to live special team stuff in a different practice.
In the special team stuff that we've seen so far, how have you seen adjustments and the buy-in of some of those guys?
Really helps having Bill Bush full-time here. Just that consistent and constant voice rather than breaking it up, having one guy in charge of it. The detail is really good, and just the effort on special teams. I asked one of the guys going out to practice today what the hardest period of practice was, and they all said special teams. Several of them said special teams. So that means we're putting in the work. That means the guys are buying in and making sure they give good effort there.
What's Casey done to separate himself as the guy whose job it is to?
I don't know if he separated himself. He's just played well. Other guys have played well too. He's obviously the guy with the most experience that we have. I want him to keep getting better. I want all the guys to keep getting better. We got really good players around, whoever's going to be quarterback, but seeing a lot of consistency and just you can tell he's experienced because he does some things that young quarterbacks don't do.
Like what?
He does some things young quarterbacks don't do. He has really good feel in the pocket, really good command presence.
I know Devin Drew's not here yet, but how have you seen those other new pieces fit in? And the interior of that D-line, how's that kind of shaking out right now?
Yeah, I'd say on our whole team, in the new era of college football here with adding pieces that haven't been on your team for a long time, one of the biggest challenges is making sure it becomes a team. I think our guys have done an unbelievable job with that. I think the leadership has spearheaded that to try to embrace the guys that come in. That happens when you have a team that wants to win and is more worried about the team's success than maybe splitting reps with somebody because we have a new player. And I think that speaks to the character of some of the guys leading our team right now. But it doesn't feel like the old team and the new guys. It feels like one team right now. And most of that has to do with the leadership on the team.
When did that start to be the case? Like, when did those guys get integrated into?
Yeah, I think you develop trust through mutual experience, and especially when you go through adversity or trial. Our summer workouts were tough, and so that allowed our old players and the new guys to kind of be in the foxhole together, trying to get through those workouts out in the heat and in the weight room, and that's a good start. But there also has to be a little humility with the new guys coming in and a lot of acceptance from the old guys.
That running back race, how tight is that? And scrimmages like Saturday, how big will those be in the evaluation process?
Yeah, I've been really pleased with a lot of guys in the running back room. It's close. It's kind of day to day right now. One guy has a great day, then the next guy has a great day. I haven't seen any really bad days from anybody, and we have a lot of capable bodies. So I imagine that fight will keep on going until the end of camp.
I think Joseph mentioned he was looking for a leader in that wide receiver room still. How do you see that shaking out?
Yeah, it's hard to come into a new program and immediately be the leader. Now, we have some strong personalities that are new guys in that room, guys that people gravitate to because of the type of personality. Lonte Brown's been doing a really good job kind of being the leader right now, and he gets along with everybody. There's not anybody on the team with a better work ethic than him, and he kind of sets the example for everybody else right now.
Keeping with the wide receivers, Mickey said earlier this week he was looking for more consistency from those guys, and you've seen that in the last few practices.
The last couple for sure. It's tough. You're trying to get familiar with all the old stuff we've done and get familiar with some new pass concepts, and the old guys know the old stuff, the new guys know the new stuff better. Offensively, it just takes a little longer to click and get consistency, run game or pass game, but the last couple of days I've been really pleased.
You've had O'Shawn now for 8 practices that you have in the spring. What have you seen from O'Shawn? What can he bring to this defense?
O'Shawn's got elite talent and just a great guy. You talk about someone that's come in and adopted the culture and fit in with the guys and been a good teammate from day one here. O'Shawn's one of those guys, and we have several of them. Maybe the best thing about getting O'Shawn here is I've really seen Garrett and Caleb and Jamari and Blaze's game step up, and I don't know if him getting added to the equation it motivated them or not. Maybe they'd have been doing the same thing, but it's great to watch those guys work. That's a position I feel great about because of the depth and the talent that we have there.
I know at media days you said it would sort of fall into place for Corcoran, as far as where he ended up with other guys and how they did. Is that sort of...
No, I don't think any of that's finalized yet. There's only a couple guys I think that are locked into positions. I won't say who, but Donnie's been doing a really good job of doing what I want and of moving guys around. And there'll be one day a guy will be at left guard, and the next day he's at left tackle, and the next day he's on the right side. And that's important because you never know how the season's going to play out and where we're going to need to plug somebody in. Guys are getting more experiences at different places right now.
Coach, with all the speculation with NIL and how it affects chemistry of the team, how have you seen that play out in these first week?
Yeah, I think that's going to be an issue for a long time. It hasn't been an issue on our football team. I've talked to the guys about it a lot of times. I'm happy guys on our team are making money. The reality is there's going to be some with a little more in their pocket than the other. I don't have anything to do with it. That's just the way it works. Our NIL company is doing an unbelievable job, and it's helped us attract some really good talent. I've had a couple leaders on my team tell me that they don't care how much they make. They just want to win, and that's the attitude you want.